So hey YouTube, how's everybody doing? Tonight I want to give you guys my first impression of the Hoka One One Bondi 7. So, going through in the past, I've tried one other version of the Bondi, and I believe it was the Bondi 4. It was the first one they offered in a wide. It was either the 4 or the 5. And believe it or not, that shoe actually gave me some weird arch pain, so I actually did not stick to it. So, but I figured with some of my plantar issues that this might actually be a good idea to give this guy a shot again. So, going through, first of all, the upper. Looking at the upper. First of all, the upper is surprisingly breathable, right? You can see in here the openings in the mesh. It is a dual layer mesh, but it's also very plush. It's got a lot of padding here in the heel cup. It's got a nice thick tongue. The laces, they're like every Hoka lace. If you like that slight stretch in your laces, I think it gives me a good lockdown. I enjoy them. Not everybody enjoys them, but I have no issues with the lacing. The comfort of the upper, the overlays give it some extra protection. You can see kind of like a tiger stripe overlay here that goes all the way around in the front. As a whole, the upper I think is awesome. It's very comfortable, pretty breathable, so no issues. The midsole is an EVA foam. That's really all Hoka uses is an EVA foam. It's got a pretty plush ride. And what's crazy is if you think about this compared to the Stinson, right? So the Stinson is the ATR version of the Bondi, give or take, I guess, not exactly. But comparable shoe, maximum stack height. The cushion on this versus the cushion on the Stinson's a little firmer, right? You got all that cushion and protection underneath, but it's a little firmer of a ride. It takes a little while to break in. Now, I haven't tried the Stinson 6, so maybe that's changed also, so maybe they kind of coincided. I'll have to try the Stinson 6 and let you guys know. But this guy is pretty plush, but it's crazy because with all this stack height, you would think it would be like a sloppy mess if it was soft. It's not too soft, but it's also not firm. It's nothing like the Saucony Endorphin Shift, which has a maximum stack height, but it's pretty firm in the beginning and then softens up a little bit. This guy, right out of the box, has a nice feel to it. It's got a 36 millimeter stack height. It's got a 32 millimeter stack height in the forefoot for a 4 millimeter drop. And I can't really say enough, honestly. The ride's been awesome. I've done a couple runs in this now, and I'm pretty excited about this shoe. I will say one of the drawbacks, it is a little on the heavy side. So in a size 9, this is 10.5 ounces. This is a 10 4E, which I'll get into in a minute when I talk about sizing. But I would venture to say this thing is upwards close to 12 ounces per shoe. So now let's take a quick look at the outsole. Again, typical exposed EVA midsole in the middle here, and then some pods of rubber for traction around the edges. No issues. It operates fine. I did a trail run, actually not a trail, but a buffed trail run with this. I did some road runs with it. I've had no issues. It grips fine. Durability, I don't think will be an issue. I think you'll be able to get 400 miles out of this shoe easy, if not more, especially if you're a lighter runner, because of all of this stack height in the middle. And then overall sizing and feel, the other cool thing, and I don't think they've done this before, is that instead of just offering a medium width and then a wide 2E, they now offer a 4E. Now here's the kicker. In some shoes, I don't need a wide. So like in Saucony's, even though the Shift ran a little tight on my toes, I didn't need a wide in that shoe, which is good because they don't make a wide in that shoe. Hoka's tend to be a little less accommodating in the toe box, we'll say. So It's nice to get a 2E, which I had in the Clifton, and surprisingly was still a little snug in my toes. So when I saw that I could get this in a 4E, I was pretty excited. I'll tell you, my toes can splay. My lockdown is still good. So just because I have extra room around my toes, no issue with the lockdown, no slipping, nothing like that. Overall, I'm pretty damn excited about this shoe. The fit is great with the multiple different sizes and widths. You can find anything that'll make it good for you as far as sizing goes. Has a pull tab, which I find very good because I think that's really exciting. Nobody likes a shoe without a pull tab. Listed as a whole, I can't honestly say enough about this shoe. I will tell you, on most websites, it is $149.99. Again, if you have Runner's Warehouse and you're a VIP member, you get 10% off plus 10% back. And again, another one of these situations where I had some credits and I got a really good price on the shoe. So, but overall, I think even at $149.99, I think you're going to get a ton of miles out of this shoe. This isn't an everyday shoe. For most people, I would imagine that your tempo days or your threshold days, you're going to use something that's a little closer to the ground. So I think for this being an alternate, you probably would get a long time out of this shoe and it would feel great. So that's everything I have to say about that. Initial impressions are awesome. Once I get to like 15 or 20 runs in it, I definitely will do a full review on it and kind of give you guys my impressions and see how things are holding up at that point. But until then, yeah, I'm happy. Until then, stay healthy, find your happy, and seek to inspire. I'll talk to everybody soon. Have a great day.